Hi everyone, how are you doing? I'm happy as fuck because I'm back from my world tour with my band and I'm finally home. And that means you are going to get a lot of video reactions to a lot of exceptional drummers. And today it's turn for the king of kings, Mr. Matt Garstka, okay? Right here, today I'm going to react to one of my favorite compositions from him and from his band Animals as Leaders. We are going to be reacting to a video that no one has ever seen before, because I got the isolated drum track for Tooth and Claw. Before I go on, there's a lot of people on the comments telling me to shut the fuck up because they want to see a classic reaction like monkeys clapping and nodding. Now, I'm not here to do that. I'm here to break things down and to give my professional opinion as a drummer. If you are not into that, get out of here. If you like to skip through the video, get out of here. Come on, we are going to learn and we are going to have fun together. So, with all of that being said, we're about to watch the only drummer on planet Earth that deserves a Math Nobel Prize. Let's go with the one and only Matt Garstka, Tooth and Claw isolated drum track. Let's go. Let's stop right here. There are a lot of different things that must be said. The first thing that must be said, check out the way he uses the cymbals in order to play all the accents. Now that's something very modern in music that didn't used to happen long time ago, right? We are used to see the bass drum, maybe even the snare, playing the same thing that the guitar player was playing. For example, let's take a look at Disturbed. You can see the pattern happening on the bass drum, but this fella chose to do something different. The accents are played, of course, with the bass drum, but also with a wonderful musicality all over the cymbals, and that's why the cymbals are so important on this kind of music. 99% of this guy's musicality happens on the cymbals. Also, the perfect combination of rim shots and ghost notes in order to fill the gaps of the song is amazing, and not only amazing but also hard as fuck. And please, you can try this yourself. He starts with a very loud rim shot, ta, and then you go to a very calm ghost note, tat, tat, tat. You gotta listen closely because that may be the hardest phrasing you could play in here, especially at that speed. I highly recommend you to use that pattern as an exercise. It's not only just about learning a song, that's probably one of the best ghost note exercises you are ever going to find. So please, pay close attention and let's keep watching. Now, there's also a little detail that makes this composition wonderful. Whenever he's using the 16th notes on the bass drum, he's going to orchestrate it with a lot of different and intricate patterns on both the right and sometimes a auxiliary cymbal, maybe the hi-hat, maybe whatever. But the patterns that he is playing on the cymbal whenever he's using the 16th notes really give the composition a very complex taste. We are not used to watch those kind of patterns on this kind of music. This is a very heavy, very powerful tune. However, he keeps adding all these subtle details, these little details, little phrasings that you don't even hear if you're not paying attention, but that actually support musically the whole song. And that's why he's brilliant. And also, check out that fill. That fill was nasty. He's going to keep displaying a lot of fills that have a very complex structure. It's not a simple sticking of singles. A lot of things are happening. However, they sound very fucking powerful. And that means this guy has spent probably all of his life practicing. And I know that he has. Let's keep watching. Now, let's listen to that again. That groove looks simple, it really does, it's just a simple ostinato happening on the bass drum, but it's not. It's not. That ostinato is fucking with your brains all the time, and you're also going to be playing a lot of ghost notes on the snare drum while you are keeping a regular beat on the hi-hat. And that combination feels like LSD or something. It's very hard. In the beginning, if you are learning the song, you're like, hey, yeah, I can do this, that part, I got it. No, you don't. Try to play the ghost notes the right way, and you'll see, you're fucked. Let's listen to this again. Keeps happening. Ta, ta, ta. The patterns on the right. Now, this is my favorite part. This is probably the main reason why I chose this song, the breakdown. This breakdown is brilliant. It's not only how heavy, how powerful, how... It's not only about that. It sounds crazy, nasty, killer, criminal. But also, this breakdown is personally a masterclass on how to create tension. We are going to witness a perfect breakdown, you know, it's got a fast part, then we are going to cut it in half, we are going to be playing quarter or whatever you English guys call those kind of notes, but the structure is just brilliant. Watch closely, I'll talk later. Ha! It's brilliant! First part, you noticed, right? The guitar is playing. Okay, however, he chose to build tension by using just the hi-hat. He's just counting the time. It is pretty simple. This is like the perfect definition of less is more. So we start building up the whole foundation by using the hi-hat. That's great, but then we move forward, and what we see is the same structure that he has used a lot of different times. For example, on the song Cascade, he's going to be playing 16th notes with the bass drum, tuku 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 tu, and then 16th notes with the hands, but he's going to be using powerful rim shots on the accents of the group. Ta 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 ta.
Wait.
What?
You're a drummer?
Yeah.
You're a good drummer?
Yes, I am.
And a very, very important part. A silence, the calm before the storm. When I was playing this song, I have played this song, there's a whole version on YouTube. I'm going to leave you the link right here. I used a bell, like ding, because the silence was so powerful that it's almost as if someone came to you like, boom! Then we dive deep into the whole breakdown. Now, right hand leading on the crash, nothing weird. Now we got the snare drum. It's a very basic beat apart from the bass drum. The bass drum keeps following the same riff that the guitar plays. Very simple, not a problem. And later, we are going to play half the notes with our right hand, this time on the china. So it's like he has covered all the different possibilities of a breakdown with a very specific order, using a lot of different combinations of details in order to build the most extreme and perfect breakdown I have ever witnessed. Correct me if I'm wrong. So part 1, hi-hat. Part 2, that weird build-up that he always uses with the ghost notes, rim shots on the snare, and also the 16th notes on the bass drum, silence. Third part, breakdown. Fourth part, halftime breakdown. It is not simple at all. That was wonderful. Let's keep watching. We're back to the groove. Rim shot, ghost note, rim shot. Cymbals on the accents. Weird pattern on the right. Nasty feels. I would say this is the guitar solo, but it's like every minute of every song is a guitar solo, so there's no point in saying that. However, he's going to be using a complex combination of hits between the snare drum and the bass drum on this part. It is so complex that I didn't even learn it in order to do the whole cover. It is something so complex that you need to write it down and actually read it. And of course, I do not know how to read music, so that was a problem to me, so I did whatever. However, when he's performing this live, he's going to be using very interesting combinations between snare drum and bass drum. Perfect example. Check it out, please. Cymbals. Left hand cymbals. Nasty. We see a lot of cymbals that are hit with the left hand whenever the guitar player is also, of course, playing accents. But the work that keeps happening on this part between the snare drum and the bass drum is just not from this world. Even though there's a solo happening on top of it, it does not take any space from that solo, so musicality is still in there. He's still supporting the whole composition, the whole song. However, it is a very complex pattern. That's one hell of a job, and he does it perfectly. Let's keep watching. The bell patterns. A couple of things. Apart from the bell patterns, whenever he's playing the 16th notes, he chose, just in here, he chose to add this auxiliary hi-hat. Perfect details. However, that last feel, and also the silence after that feel. Check out the silence. Very powerful feel, silence. And then, you go again. Check that out. Now, this section groups a lot. There's nothing in particular that I would like to say, not a single detail that we have not commented already. However, good work between the bass drum that keeps supporting the riff, keeps happening, and also very nice combination of ghost notes and cymbals. Let's keep watching. Silence. Again. Now, this groove is also confusing. You hear it and you think you can play it. Trust me, you cannot. There are a couple of groups of 3 notes that keep happening, especially on the ghost notes. We as drummers are not used to see weird groupings of ghost notes. You know, we always play the same backbeat all over again. It's always the same. But with Garstka, this weird thing happens that you can never expect anything to be normal. So the grouping of ghost notes uses groups of 3 with a rim shot in the end. So it goes ta ta ta, ta 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 tu, ta 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 tu. Ghost note, rim shot, bass drum. But also we are playing groups of 3 on top of it with our hi-hat, and in order to make it even more complicated, he's opening the hi-hat. That makes this part one of the hardest parts of the whole song, and it hurts. It hurts because in the beginning you thought it was going to be simple. Turns out it's not. Groups of 3, he's using a weird combination of 2 ghost notes and a rim shot followed by a bass drum. That hurts. It just hurts, but it grooves like hell. Check that out. Amazing work. those are probably the cleanest singles I've ever heard in my entire life. I would like to talk about what he just did, but this is just part of the performance. This is not on the album, so this is really the first time I've listened to this part. However, check out that last fill. Single strokes all over the kit, clean as a cat's asshole. Silence. Now, silence. It helps. It builds. Again, we are supporting the guitar work. Beautiful use of cymbals. We keep following the same rules. And now, the hardest break of the song. That takes a while. I remember spending a lot of time trying to learn that part because it's not a 4/4 or maybe it is. You never know with these kind of people. But listen to that. There are a lot of different hits, a lot of different strokes happening at the same time, a lot of accents, and it's just weird. But it sounds killer. Check that out, please, again. Magic. Right patterns. Breakdown. Part 3. Silence! It helps. We don't need blah 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 blah. No. We already did that. Now, silence. So for this last breakdown, that's also the end of the song. He chose to skip parts 1 and 2 and dive straight into parts 3 and 4, leaving a very, very powerful silence in the middle. Let's check it out again. Halftime. What happened there? Oh, he hit the wall. Poor wall. Now, the first thing that I would like to say, this is the first time I've ever watched this performance, so I know how to play the song like note for note according to the CD. So a lot of parts in here caught me off guard. Maybe I didn't comment a lot of things that were really important, but I think I did actually, because the foundation of the song is still there, and that's also something remarkable. He's able to change and modify a lot of parts during his live performances, and that does not necessarily mean that the song is going to lose his meaning. No, the meaning's still there. Perfect job. But he has added a fucking bunch of very crazy stuff that I have never ever heard before, and I didn't feel like the song lost something. Actually, I feel the same. This is great. I hope, by the way, that you have enjoyed the isolated drum track. And to end the video, I would like to say that this has become very quickly one of my favorite drummers ever. The way he's approaching Tosin Abasi guitar tracks is totally out of this world. Learning one of his songs, for me personally, takes months. I mean, the amount of work that you must do just in order to play one of his tracks, it is ridiculous, totally ridiculous. So I cannot even begin to imagine the amount of work that he must put in order to compose, because he also composes the tracks, and that's very important. That's a musician right there. He's composing the most complex and satisfying drum parts on the history of drums, and he's also playing them without losing the essence of the song. And that's why I think he's one of the best drummers in the world right now. Zero doubt. You can put this guy next to Neil Peart. You can put this guy next to Mike Portnoy. 200 years from now, drummers will keep talking about that fella right there. And with all of that being said, if you like the video, please comment who I should react to next. And also, if you want to support my job, you've got the GROOVEFATHER merch. right there. And of course, you are welcome to learn with me on my Patreon, where you will find hundreds of hours of lessons on both Spanish and English about technique, groups, musicality, chops, whatever. It's been an absolute pleasure being here watching this video with all of you guys, and I really hope to see you all very soon on the next videos. Stay safe, practice, and take care. Cheers!